The Red Raiders entered their losing streak in Fort Worth this weekend. We'll have highlights and a look at what's ahead coming up.
A student in the College of Media and Communication made a special trip to the White House last week. Find out how her visit is helping to keep a college radio on the air next.
And the spookiest day of the year is finally here. Find out how the Tech campus is celebrating Halloween.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Tiara Bryant.
And I'm Socorra Austin. The Red Raider football team is celebrating this weekend after an important win over TCU in Fort Worth on Saturday.
That's right, Socorra. Tech came into the game riding a 3-game losing streak, but they finally turned their luck around with a 27-24 victory in second overtime. After trading touchdowns and field goals during the regulation, the fourth quarter ended both with teams tied at 17. The first overtime saw both teams work the shorter field and easily score touchdowns, tying the game again at 24. Per college rule, the second overtime moves the sudden death, and the Tech had the first chance to put up points on the board. And they did, with a 37-yard field goal by Clayton Hatfield. Hatfield's kick ended the game, and the Red Raiders celebrated their first win since the end of September. The victory was certainly the highlight of Saturday's game, but it wasn't the only thing that the team could be proud of. Tech's defense held TCU to 418 yards of total offense, which is less than half their number of yards allowed against Oklahoma the week before. And in one of the biggest improvements over the previous weeks, the team had only one penalty for 5 yards. Unfortunately, Tech wasn't the only team in the contest to see an improvement on defense. TCU held the Red Raiders to 345 yards of total offense, and the quarterback Patrick Mahomes had his worst game of the season, racking up only 206 yards through the air and 39 yards on the ground. TCU's passing duo of Kenny Hill and Foster Sawyer racked up 246 passing yards, besting Mahomes by 40 yards.
Texas Tech is officially on the downward slope of the 2016 season. At this point, the Red Raiders have only 4 games remaining in their regular season, and this weekend, the team heads back to the Jones for one of the biggest games of the year. The Red Raiders will take on the Texas Longhorns this Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Jones AT&T Stadium. Late last week, the university announced the game was sold out, guaranteeing the stadium will be packed for one of the biggest rivalries in the Big 12. The Longhorns come back to Lubbock with the same record as Tech, and both teams are looking for another win as they attempt to become eligible before the end of the season. Since Tech can expect a packed house on Saturday, another issue will be in the spotlight as the Red Raiders host another hostile opponent. As we mentioned last Thursday, student conduct during the Oklahoma game resulted in the university issuing a formal statement in response to complaints from the Texas Tech community. The following day, SGA President Ben Sharp also released a statement encouraging the student body to realize the impact they make at the games. A portion of Sharp's statement reads, "Every time we put on the double T, what we say and do matters to us, to the university, and to anyone who knows what it represents. It all centers around a single phrase we know well, strive for honor. So we look ahead to the Texas Tech game, to basketball season, and even to the next football season. Let's make this our rallying cry."
In other news, a student from the College of Media and Communication recently made a trip to the nation's capital, all in the name of college radio. Amy Oliveras is a senior electronics media and communications major, and she also serves as a social media director for KTXT-FM. Last Thursday, Oliveras joined a group of 18 students from across the country in Washington, D.C. to help promote the importance of college radio.
It's really been a big part in getting the word of college radio out, because not even if you're going to college, you might not know about your college radio station. So I think that's really important, and I think it's been a great way to spread the word.
Thursday's trip was organized by Dr. Rob Quick, the founder of National College Radio Day. Quick works with hundreds of radio stations around the country and around the world, promoting college radio through the annual event. This year, KTXT-FM will observe College Radio Day with a special 24-hour radio broadcast this Friday, November 4th. You can listen to the broadcast over the air at 88.1 FM or online by visiting ktxtfm.org. Over the weekend, the South Plains saw more warm weather. In fact, we almost made it up to 90 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah, Tiara, it was a nice weekend, but definitely not what we're used to a few days before Halloween. So will this evening be good for trick-or-treating? MCTV's Laura Duclos joins us with a look at the forecast. Laura?
Thank you so much, Tiara and Socorra. I can tell you right now that yes, we will have great trick-or-treating weather. As you can see right now on the live tower cam, it seems to be a beautiful day. Those clouds are really high up there in the sky, which means that we have no chance of rain. As we move into our radar across the United States. Like I said, there will be no rain unless you're up in the Canadian border area, but I don't think any of us need to worry about that one too much. Looking into tonight's lows, the low will be 57 degrees, so if you do decide to go outside tonight, make sure to just cover up with a jacket so you don't catch a cold or anything like that. Winds will be moving south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looking into tomorrow, we'll be pushing the 90-degree mark. Your high will be 87 degrees with sunny and warm temperatures. Winds will be blowing west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now looking into Lubbock and the surrounding areas, the lows for tomorrow morning are going to be about the same as Lubbock. Lubbock starting off at 58 degrees, Friona 54, and you can see that Aspermont over here, will have the highest of the lows at 62 degrees. Looking into the highs for tomorrow, once again Lubbock 85, Plainview 84 degrees, Friona holding that coldest high at 83 degrees. So not quite fall weather yet, but we can be hopeful for the next couple of weeks. Now moving on to Wednesday, you can see that we will have a slight chance of rain, but nothing too hopeful. Lubbock is expected to get a 1/5 of a 100th of an inch, or 5/100ths of an inch, and so nothing too impactful, but we can look forward to a little bit of sprinkling here and there. Friona is not expected to get anything. Aspermont 2/100ths of an inch, so nothing too much, but hopefully a little bit to get the crops growing. Now as you look into the highs for Wednesday, you can see that Lubbock will be 77 degrees, Morton over here at 76 degrees, Friona 72, and Aspermont holding that high at 81 degrees. Now looking into your 3-day forecast, Tuesday will have a high, like I mentioned, at 87 degrees, a hot and beautiful day, hopefully, winds moving southwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now Wednesday is whenever we'll have a little bit of a temperature change. There's a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms with your high being 81 degrees. Winds will slow down and be moving 5 to 10 miles per hour in the south. Now as we look into Thursday, that rain is going to lock down some cooler temperatures. Your high is going to be 68 degrees with a low of 49. Some thunderstorms may be sticking around a little bit, so you can expect a little bit of a cloudier day. Winds moving northeast to 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it looks like we'll finally be shifting into some autumn weather, hopefully here in the next few days. That is it for your weather report. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Laura. Even though today is officially Halloween, the campus has been in a haunting mood since last week. Over the weekend, the public was invited to one of the most popular events of the season, the Concert. The annual performance took place in the Henley Recital Hall last night. The event features various spooky works performed by the University Symphony Orchestra. Concertgoers were encouraged to wear costumes, and 2 of the best dressed in the audience were chosen to conduct the last songs of the program. Prior to the concert, students in the School of Music also hosted an instrument petting zoo, giving attendees a chance to interact with various musical instruments. The instrument petting zoo and concert were both free and open to the public.
Another holiday with supranational roots were also observed last week with a full evening of activities. Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, was celebrated during the annual procession held last Friday. The procession encouraged participants to stop off at 4 different venues from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. One of those venues included the School of Art, featuring a special ofrenda for the holiday. This year's display was created by graduate student Carolina Arianos in the memory of those who have died from gun violence in 2016. The ofrenda is a part of the Schools of Art's current gun show exhibition, which includes works created by artists in reaction to the recent implementation of campus carry. Along with the School of Art, the procession also included stops at the International Cultural Center, the Louise Hopkins Underwood Center for Arts, and the Buddy Holly Center. Dia de los Muertos is officially observed November 1st and 2nd each year.
Halloween may be the big event this week, but there's still plenty of other activities and events going on. Let's take a look at the MCTV events calendar. Tomorrow, the Tech Activities Board continues its Raiders Give Back with RGB fleece blankets. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can stop by the sub courtyard and help create a warm blanket for Women's Protective Services. WPS will then distribute the blankets to women and children in need around the Lubbock area. Tomorrow's event is free with a student ID.
Enjoy the sounds of classical music while escaping your studies with this week's School of Music performance. This week's concert features the Symphonic Band in their final appearance of 2016. The band will perform various works exploring the concepts of introspection and the extroversion. The Symphonic Band concert takes place tomorrow night in the Henley Recital Hall at 7:30 p.m. The event is free and open to the public.
And on Thursday, jump in your car and head to the Stars and Stripes Drive-In for a free double feature. The Tech Activities Board is hosting Drive-In Movie Night for the first 200 students at the theater. Located at 5101 Clovis Road, possible options include Inferno, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, and the re-release of Finding Dory. Drive-in movie night is free with a Tech ID. So Tiara, do you have any Halloween plans tonight?
Yeah, I'll probably stay in, catch a couple scary movies. Friday the 13th is always a classic.
Yeah, for real.
What about you?
I'm probably gonna go to dinner or something.
Sounds good.
But that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you Thursday.